Today we're gonna do some fishing in its simplest form. We got a little ultralight fishing rod and reel here. And I'm gonna show you guys how to catch more fish. Real simple, real easy. All we have is a hook, a swivel, and a float. This setup here will let you catch more fish and keep fishing. It's a great way to learn to catch bluegill, trout, although I like to fish on the bottom for trout. But the same setup applies. You just put a sinker in place of the float. The swivel is nice if your kids don't set the hook well enough. Pop it off, pop another hook on there. They're cheap enough. Just let the fish go, it'll be fine. Don't try to get the hook out of there. Don't waste your time. Kids don't want to see that. Nobody wants to see a dead fish. So just unhook the swivel, take the hook off, throw the fish back in, the hook will dissolve, you'll be good to go, and you can keep fishing. What I have set up here is I have a float. It's about a foot up from the swivel, and then we have a hook. It's about the perfect height for bluegill fishing in a farm pond where we're at now. Next I'm going to show you guys how to bait up. Folks, today we're going to use night crawlers. Now, you don't want to put this whole thing on your hook. These little bluegill are just going to steal it. Same with the trout. Any little piece that you put on here is going to be effective. So what I like to do is pinch about that length off for bluegill. That's fine. If you're fishing for bass or trout, cut it in half. Just pinch with your fingers, put your nail right through it, and it comes off. So the way to keep them from stealing it is to thread it down the cut of the worm all the way up your hook shank. Now these are size 12 Eagle Claw hooks that we're using here. So I thread it up there, and I like to take one extra pinch and hook it through again. And trust me, that doesn't look like much. Plenty effective. So let's go give it a shot.
Yep.
Okay, so chances are I see a bunch of bluegill out here right now. The action is going to be pretty quick. Can be the same way wherever you're going to be fishing. We're at a little farm pond right now. So what I want you to focus on is the float. A lot of people react too soon when a fish hits it. These bluegill a lot of times like to play with their food. I just see a decent sized bass pop up over there. So these bluegill like to play with their food. Try to teach your kids and yourselves to let them take the bait before you set the hook. If you're getting a lot of bites and you're not really hooking them, you might want to consider downsizing your hook. So look, they just attacked that bobber and boom, he's on right there. That was quick, folks. That's what it's about. That keeps your kids interested. That keeps you having fun. We'll use the same worm, we'll catch a dozen fish. They attacked that bobber as soon as it went in. Little bluegill, worm still intact, didn't steal the bait, nobody's frustrated. That's the way to keep kids fishing. Bobber again, fish attack it, I can see the bait. Boom, oh, missed them there. I pulled too early, I just did what I told you not to.
You almost got me in the process.
That's the thing, always be aware of your surroundings too, especially with kids. They'll set the hook, it can come back. Just keep a close eye on them. All right, so we still have that worm. Bit it again, I'll just slide it right back on. Hook it right through. These bluegill will eat the smallest piece of worm. The smaller the better, they don't steal it. Look at them, they're like waiting for food. I think more came after I caught that one. Bobber. There we go. Sorry folks, cameraman's getting jealous here.
Yep. Not of that fish though.
I see some larger ones out in the middle.
I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of frustrating because I can't even get the camera on the floater fast enough when you're catching fish. Never happened in my life.
I've been doing this for years. Float. See the float? We're just going to let it go. Look, a fish has it right now. I know a fish has it, but just wait and watch it. It was in his mouth and he wasn't moving. He was just sitting there, folks. Look at that. He swallowed it.
Let's see how big he is.
One of the decent sized fish. For this pond, obviously. They swallowed it. This is what I was telling you earlier. That was way down there. I saw him, he was just sitting there. We were trying to show you the float. So what we're gonna do is unhook the swivel, pull it off. He's good, he'll live. Get another hook and keep fishing. You don't have to hurt the fish at all. Okay, so we just finished up a little video of some basic bluegill fishing, and we were catching fish pretty fast, a lot of action. I hope you guys learned something from it. We had something really interesting happen. We tried to catch a little bass that was out there with the bluegill, and he ate the float. So we targeted him, and he missed it a couple times, but we'll get him. We'll get him next time. I'll show you how to catch bass. This was a great episode of Gunsmoke Outdoors. Hope you guys enjoyed it.